Welcome back, Nerd Squad. My name is Roya Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. Playing a superhero in a movie or TV show would be a totally awesome gig, but it takes dedication to make it work. Actors have to make certain commitments, one of them being the commitment to pack on the pounds or muscle and actually look the part. It's Superman, not Scrawny Man. Pecs are mandatory. So let's take a look at the top 10 actors who busted their backsides to fit their superhero roles. In the number 10 spot, we kick off with Hugh Jackman. Get it? Huge Jackman? Yeah, okay, enough of that. When Jackman first took on the role of Wolvie, he was nowhere near out of shape, but he wasn't quite as built as the Wolverine from the comics was. So for the first X-Men movie, we noticed that Jackman isn't exactly a jacked man. I'm sorry, I had to. But for subsequent films, he hooked up with personal trainer David Kingsbury and began to pack on the muscle. Another tip he used was to not drink any water before his shirtless scenes to help accentuate his muscles and give us all something to sink our claws into. Coming in at number 9, we have Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man isn't known for being the superhero with the biggest biceps, but Tobey still had to make an effort to get cut for the role. Those skin-tight costumes really show no mercy. He had to gain a significant amount of muscle since his previous role was of a lanky nerd from 1998's Pleasantville, and he achieved this through a combo of intense cardio and weight training 6 days a week, 2 to 4 hours a day. Then, the worst part is, he had to drop 25 pounds between Spider-Mans to play a jockey in Seabiscuit. So all that hard work down the drain, but you gotta do what you gotta do for the roles. Next up at number 8 is Christian Bale. Straight out of filming The Machinist, Christian Bale was standing at 6 feet tall and stepping on the scale to 121 pounds, as he had to lose about a third of his body weight to fit the role of an insomniac. He certainly did not look like he could even lift the keys to the Batmobile, let alone take on villains in physical combat. So he embarked on a bulking journey consisting of vigorous workouts and gorging himself on high-calorie foods, living the dream, which helped him gain over 100 pounds. Then he had to lose some because he was too big. In the number 7 spot, we have J.K. Simmons. Commissioner Gordon isn't a superhero technically, but Simmons earns his place on this list because his bulking journey happened when he was 61 years old. Seriously, how many 61-year-olds do you know that look this ripped? But according to Simmons, he didn't do it for the role. He just did it because he wanted to stay in shape for the rest of his life, and happened to make the commitment right around the time they were filming Justice League. Coming in at number 6 is Tom Hardy. Okay, I'm straying from the superhero part here because Bane was a villain, but Tom Hardy is very well known for all the weight fluctuations he's had to endure for movie roles. And the work that went into the Dark Knight Rises villain is tremendous. He had to consume 6,000 calories a day and hit the gym 6 times a day to gain 30 pounds of muscle, and later claimed the strain had taken a toll on his body. Aches and pains galore. Another excuse to stay on the couch, right? Next up at number 5, we have Chris Evans. It's kind of a granted that the role of Captain America would come with some serious muscle gain. How are you supposed to lead the Avengers if you're a twig, right? So to slap on 30 pounds of muscle because we don't have access to the super soldier serum in real life, he hit the gym until he was puking. His words, not mine. And focused on a high protein diet. He worked out Monday to Friday, rested Saturday, and then if something wasn't hurting enough on Sunday, he'd head back to the gym for that body part. Up next at number 4 is Henry Cavill. So, growing up, the actor who would eventually join the ranks as those who have played Superman, well, he had the childhood nickname of Fat Cavill because he was overweight. That's not even creative, guys. When it came to playing the ultimate superhero, Henry had to gain weight again, but this time in muscle, not baby fat. His trainer Mark Twight put him on an intense Olympic-level weightlifting routine because consuming about 6,000 calories a day just wasn't working. Must be nice. In the number 3 spot, we have Seth Rogen. A man who has made a name for himself playing the chubby and somewhat lovable slacker, Seth Rogen had to change it up a bit for the role of the Green Hornet, and everyone was pleasantly surprised by how seriously he took it. Rather than gaining mass like everyone else on the list, he actually had to slim down in order to muscle up. So he may not have even liked his own movie, but at least it did some good for him. Coming in at number 2 is Chris Pratt, aka my husband, sorry Sophia. When you see Chris in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, it's hard to imagine him as he was in the days of Andy Dwyer, the pudgy and lovable shoe shiner from Parks and Rec. He kept the lovable part, but traded the fat for fit. He effectively shed 70 pounds through a combo of working out and following a strict diet, which forced him to abstain from alcohol animal and red meat. So basically you kinda trade your fun for figure. And finally, in the number 1 spot, we have Chris Hemsworth. When you are portraying a god, you better damn look like one. With the help of trainer and ex-Navy SEAL Duffy Gaver, Hemsworth packed on 25 pounds of muscle and ended up not fitting his costume anymore. But the most amazing part of this is that after Avengers, he had to drop 30 pounds in 4 months for his role in Rush, and then gain all the weight back for Thor 2 in, get this, 2 months. 30 pounds in 2 months. That is a lot of dumbbells and chicken breast. So those were the top 10 actors who got ripped to play a superhero. Let me know in the comment section down below who is your favorite actor from the list. My name is Roya Destroya. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.